What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be reacting to USA Today's predictions for the MLB season, the record predictions, who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to miss the playoffs, all that sort of thing. Let me know if you see any more of these lists out there. I want to react to all of them. I'll be posting mine pretty soon. I already have kind of a good idea of what I'm going to do. I'll link the video up above here. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoy MLB content. We're going to be posting daily uploads throughout the MLB season, as well as some more MLB The Show stuff when it drops this upcoming week. Don't forget to tune into my live stream Thursday night. Now let's get right into the video and start talking about these predictions. All right, so this is going to be a list by Jesse Yomtov. Shout out to him. Shout out Jesse Yomtov. Putting your predictions out there is rough sometimes, because obviously you're going to piss off some fan bases. Some fan bases aren't going to like it. I already have people in my comments, bro. I made one video dissing the Rangers, and my God, man. The comments on that video are ridiculous. Go check it out or something. But anyways, these are his predictions for the 2022 MLB season. This list is decent, I guess. I could see this being a reality. They're reasonable. These are reasonable takes. Nothing in here is too hot of a take, in my opinion. The Blue Jays could very easily, we'll start off with the East. The Blue Jays could very easily win this division. I think they got very good this offseason. But like I said in my last video, I don't think you can count out the Rays to win this division until they prove you otherwise. I do think that he definitely discounted the Yankees and the Red Sox as well. He actually has the Yankees where I have them in third place. But I think the Yankees could, maybe outperform that a little bit, but this is kind of the ballpark that I'm seeing. Fringe wildcard team for both the Yankees and the Red Sox, and then obviously Baltimore, 103 loss season. Kind of seems like they're on the road towards that, but who knows? If Grayson Rodriguez comes up and is good, if John Means has another good year, Adley Rutschman adds a lot to that lineup, they could definitely win some ball games this year, maybe be under 100 losses. That's my hot take. The Orioles have less than 100 losses. All right, so overall, I think it's a pretty good ranking of the AL East. These two teams do seem pretty interchangeable with the Blue Jays and the Rays, and then same thing with the Yankees and the Red Sox. Now moving on to the AL Central. This is pretty close to what I had too, but obviously Chicago is the best team in this division by far. They have the best bullpen in baseball. They have one of the better lineups in baseball. Their defense is pretty solid. And their starting pitching is really solid as well. One of the most underrated rotations in baseball. I don't think the Twins are a second place team. I really don't. I tweeted something earlier. They're literally making an infinity gauntlet, collecting every mediocre starting pitcher available. They got Johnny Cueto. They got Chris Archer. Sonny Gray's a little bit better than mediocre, but I don't know, man. They really don't have any great pitching. They don't have a single great pitcher. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of the 2019 Angels, the 2018 Angels, the 2017 Angels. All the Angels teams that I've been watching over the years that have not made the playoffs due to their terrible pitching staff. That is what the Twins remind me of this year. So that's why I don't have them in second place. I have the Tigers in second place, mainly because the Tigers have a great manager in AJ Hinch, a really solid young lineup, and then also did some pretty good additions to that bullpen and rotation this year. Eduardo Rodriguez is going to be their best pitcher in their rotation, hopefully. Casey Mize has still got some good stuff. Tariq Skubal is pretty good. And then they added Andrew Chafin, I believe, to their bullpen this year. So I really actually like the Tigers a lot. And I think AJ Hinch is one of the best managers, if not the best manager in baseball. I think he's going to coach them into a second place finish towards his manager of the year bid. Now, this is the hottest take I've seen in my entire life, bro. There's no chance in hell that the Royals outperform the Indians. Or the Guardians, sorry. I really don't see it. I don't see any world. I don't see any possibility where the Royals are better than the Guardians. Like, the Guardians could have been one of the best teams in baseball. They just decided not to spend in free agency. But realistically, man, they have a top 5, probably top 3 pitching staff in all of baseball. It's ridiculous. They have one of the best bullpens in baseball. They have a great deep rotation, and they still have some good arms in the minor leagues. They didn't make any big additions to their lineup, which pisses me off, but still, at the end of the day, Jose Ramirez is an MVP candidate. Franmil Reyes can hit the cover off the ball. I don't know, man. I really think that they're a lock for at least 4th place, and I wouldn't surprise me if they made it into 3rd place, whether that's over the Tigers or the Twins. So that's the one thing I disagree with. The Royals just aren't a very good team. I think Bobby Witt Jr. could put them in that 75 win range. Maybe that's a little high, 72, 73 win range. But I don't know, man. 4th place. I really don't think. I think Kansas City's, maybe that's their ceiling is 4th place, and then Cleveland's 4 is 5th, but I don't know, man. Not a huge fan of this ranking here. Now we got the AL West, which I'm obviously a big fan of. Hence the Trout jersey, hence the Shohei shirt, hence the Trout jersey on this. Very clearly an Anaheim Angels fan. This is pretty solid. This is almost exactly what I think the division's going to look like. Houston, still the best team in the division, unfortunately. I just don't know how, man. Even though they lost Correa this offseason, they really didn't lose anything else. I'm pretty sure they're running back the exact same roster, and that's the same roster that made it to the World Series last year, so you can't really count them out just because they lost one guy. Now, Seattle, I think they got a little bit better this offseason. Their lineup's definitely improved, and Julio Rodriguez is going to be their X factor. I think Julio Rodriguez, definitely not Mike Trout tier, but, like, you know that second tier of, like, godly players like Luis Robert right now, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger back in 2019, Christian Yelich back in 2019. You know, that tier of, like, really, really good, Mookie Betts, really, really good players, but just not, like, you know, one of the greatest of all time. I think that's where Julio Rodriguez is going to fall in. And that terrifies me as an Angels fan. I know he's going to be an Angels killer because everybody in the division kills the Angels every day of the year. Last year, fun fact, the Angels beat the shit out of the American League East. They just couldn't win any games in the West. That's why they were so bad. We won the series against Toronto. We won the series against the Yankees. Won the series against the Red Sox. Won the series against Baltimore. And we split the series against the Tampa Bay Rays. So, just saying. The Angels, I think, are actually... It's so hard. Any positive thing I say about the Angels, y'all are just going to call me a homer. But I really think the Angels are underrated this year. Noah Syndergaard, Shohei Ohtani, and Patrick Sandoval. Those are 3 really good pitchers on the top of your rotation. Reed Detmers has potential. I'm not saying he's going to become an ace, but if he could just be a solid arm at the bottom of the rotation, it could be huge for us. Jose Suarez is another solid arm that could be, you know, sub 4, maybe like a 3.5 ERA kind of guy. 150 innings, something like that. Really good number 5 or 6 piece there. Mike Lorenzen, I don't have a lot of faith in him, I'll be honest, but you never know. He could turn out to be something. And we have one of the better bullpens in baseball and easily the best bullpen in the division. So I think the Angels, it would not surprise me if any one of these 3 teams won the division, but I think Angels and the Mariners are going to be fighting it out for that second place spot and definitely fighting it out for a wild card. Next, we have the Rangers, who improved a lot last year. I think 74 wins is right where I would have them. Maybe a little bit higher, 75, 76 wins. And then Oakland in the bottom of the division. Pretty obvious. It's really sad for Oakland's fans. I'm sorry. Now, in this predictions, he has Toronto, Chicago, and Houston going into the division winners. And this year we have 3 wild cards, so that would make Tampa a wild card. It would make the Yankees a wild card. And it would make the Red Sox a wild card. So... the AL East would have 4 teams going into the postseason, and then the Central and West would be sending the White Sox and the Astros. Now, I don't think that's unrealistic, but I do think that one of these 2 teams is not going to make it between the Yankees and the Red Sox, and I think one of these 2 teams will, whether that's the Mariners or my Angels. I would definitely lean towards the Mariners just because... I don't know, they seem to have been performing a lot better last season, but on paper, the Angels are a much better team than the Mariners. So it'll be kind of a crapshoot. So I'd say Toronto, Tampa, New York, Chicago, Houston, and then probably Seattle would be my predictions, with the Angels just on the outside looking in. So overall, not a bad list there for the American League, and it's super glitched out. There we go. Now let's move over to the National League and talk about this one. In the National League, he's got the Braves winning the NL East, 94 wins. That's pretty impressive, with the Mets coming in second, Phillies in third on the outside of the playoff picture looking in, Miami in fourth by a large margin, bro. More than 17 games? Good God, bro. That's ridiculous. This error message is kind of annoying. Okay. So yeah, Atlanta in first, Mets in second, Phillies in third, Miami fourth, and then the Nationals just below the Marlins. Now, I think this is a terrible take. This seems like a take from somebody who doesn't watch baseball or wasn't paying attention to the offseason. If you weren't paying close attention to the offseason, you probably think the Phillies got way better and the Marlins did not get much better. But realistically, man, I think the Marlins are easily a third place team. I think if you flip the Phillies and the Marlins, I don't think the Phillies are going to be that bad. I think the Phillies will still win like 79 to 80 games. but there's no shot the Marlins are that bad, bro. The Marlins have probably a top 3 rotation in baseball. It's ridiculous. Sandy Alcantara is a beast. Pablo Lopez is a beast. Jesus Luzardo is pretty damn solid, and they have like 5 good prospects coming up to fill out those last 2 spots. I think this is a terrible take. That is the worst take on this list, is the Marlins in 4th place. Now, the Phillies are solid, but 87 wins seems a little too hopeful, in my opinion. They still have a trash bullpen, and their lineup is good, but their defense is horrendous, and defense wins championships. You know what they say. Also, pretty low on the Mets here. Like, I would have the Mets. You can interchange the Mets and the Braves. That's fine. I have the Mets winning the division this year, but 89 wins versus 94. I would have them like 94, 93 wins at the top. Both of them in the 90s and fighting it out for that first spot. But I do think the Mets are the more complete team. They have a solid bullpen. I would say the Braves is a little better in the bullpen department. Obviously, the best rotation in baseball. I don't think it's close. They also have a pretty solid lineup, 1 through 9, and great defense. So I think the Mets should easily be in 1st place, and then the Braves just below them at 2nd. Marlins in 3rd, Phillies 4th, Nationals in 5th, unfortunately. Nationals have some good pieces, but not good enough to win a lot of games. Now, next we got the National League Central. He's got the Milwaukee Brewers winning 90-plus games in 1st place. The St. Louis Cardinals in 2nd with 89. Looks like they do make the playoffs in this prediction. The Cubs in 3rd, the Reds in 4th, and the Pirates in 5th. Now, the Pirates in 5th, that's kind of a lock. Everybody expects that. Really, it's the bottom 3 in this division are actual locks. Like, there's no chance in hell any of these 3 teams make it to 1st or 2nd, and there's no shot that the first 2 teams make it into 3rd or 4th. So it's really between the Brewers and the Cardinals at this point. And it's kind of tough because they both have big weaknesses right now, and I don't know which one's going to be more important. The Brewers have a phenomenal pitching staff, but their lineup is weak. It is very, very, very weak. They have maybe 2 or 3 guys that should be... I don't know, man. Hunter Renfroe's good. Willy Adames is good. Christian Yelich was good. I don't know if he is anymore. Outside of that, man, they really don't have much there. They really don't have much there, and that's kind of disappointing. So I don't know if that lineup is going to be able to win the division. I would have them somewhere in the ballpark of 85 to 89 wins, and probably St. Louis with a slight edge there. Just because St. Louis, I think, has the most underrated lineup in all of baseball. They have probably the best defense in all of baseball, and their pitching staff will be better once Jack Flaherty comes back. So we'll have to see, but I'd have St. Louis in 1st place. Now we've got the last but not least, the National League West Division. And what am I looking at, bro? What am I looking at? The Giants with 87 wins, bro. There's no shot. There's no shot. How can you be higher on how can you be higher on the Padres than the Giants? I don't get it. I really don't. How? The Giants have a better lineup. The Giants have a way better rotation. Oh my God, a way better rotation. And they have a better bullpen. And better defense. They're literally better at every facet of the game. And you have them below the Padres. That makes absolutely no sense. That and the Marlins, bro. Those are the 2 worst takes on this thing. On this list right now. Padres, they're not a bad team, but they're not a 2nd place team. The Dodgers and the Giants are significantly better than them, assuming they both stay relatively healthy. I think both of those teams could take pretty big blows in the injury department and still finish above the Padres. The Padres are fighting for that 3rd place spot and fighting to sneak in on a wild card, so it's going to be tough for them this year. I have the Giants winning the division. If I'm being honest, I think the Giants were underrated last year, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. Obviously, they lost Buster Posey, but they did make big additions, especially to that rotation. They have a completely new rotation outside of Logan Webb and Anthony DeSclafani. So I really, really, really like the Giants this year. I think putting them in 3rd place is an absolute insult. Colorado, Arizona, 5A and 5B, it doesn't really matter. One of them is going to finish 4th, one of them is going to finish 5th. Clearly it's the 3-team race at the top, but I have Giants, Dodgers, Padres. So we will see. Obviously, can't roast someone's predictions too much, because if somebody had to put the Giants in first place last year, I would have laughed them off the face of the planet. So you really never know when it comes to predictions. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of this prediction down below in the comment section. Let me know what you want me to do next. And if you find any more predictions like this, I would love to react to them as well. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more daily MLB content. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.